boy, I tell you what, I would say there's more uncertainty today of what Faller Financial's business plan is moving forward because there's just so many things going on, and there's some of it is it's nerve wracking because you just don't know what this environment is that we're in right now and what's to come. But it's also exciting at the same time, and I feel like one thing I'm confident about is that we're going to be able to think through and navigate whatever turmoil is ahead. I mean, we've been at this a long time. This isn't the first time we've seen a challenging environment. We happen to be in a business that, in some respects, actually benefits from some chaos and some noise in the market and some uncertainty. And some markets are going to decline. Some banks are going to have stress. And it's not that we're wishing that upon folks, but there's a need for that solution I mentioned earlier. And so what I can say is Faller Financial's business is not chasing all sorts of deals and shiny object syndrome. I mean, we're just not. And we've been there in the past where things have been interesting and we thought, okay, maybe we want to do this, and then there's this over here that looks pretty neat too. And so I think remaining focused, remaining very disciplined, and then this is maybe a little bit philosophical, but what do we really want to do here? I mean, it's and this kind of goes back to the whole everything I needed to know I learned in kindergarten, because what you do in kindergarten is you have fun and you play some and you sing some and you think some and you dance some and you work some, right? We want it to be a bit of work and fun, right? I mean, we want to be excited and inspired, and I think that's one thing that's part of our culture that's neat. Is we've got a close-knit team that's excited about whatever is to come, and we know that we're going to focus on things that's to use Dan Sullivan's term from Strategic Coach, that's in our unique ability. So we want to do things that we're energized by and inspired by, and we're not, as we've said before, we're not looking to grow to be the biggest fund out there or the biggest investment note investor or advisor. We seek to be profitable. We seek to be very diligent and secure in our efforts. But just like Jeff Bezos talks about, making bets, making bold bets and experimenting. And it's like he says, if you know the outcome already, it's not an experiment. There are things that we experiment with. And, it's like Seth Godin says, being okay with saying this may not work out. So I think that's an important part that I've tried to embrace over the years is we've said that we would do a lot of things and we've accomplished a lot of those things. We've set goals, but we're also not scared to say, okay, we're not sure how that's going to work out, but we're going to give it a try. And in the process, we're going to be kind of picking up little nuggets of learning along the way that we're going to roll into whatever the next thing is. So I think that's a big part of what Faller Financial is. We're going to be in the note business for sure, but will we also maybe do some rehab and some development opportunities in the future? Time will tell. We've learned a lot over the last year about construction. We've learned a lot about budgets. We've learned a lot about how the labor force is out there, and that hasn't traditionally been our it hasn't been our bread and butter. We've been performing note buyers, collecting passive income. And I think that at its core really is our business. We do advisory work and we do it well, but we're not out there necessarily marketing to try to find a ton of advisory work. It's a piece of the business, but we're just building that money machine, which has grown tremendously in the last 18 months.